They're so concerned about these migrants. So concerned. Let me ask you this. Why aren't they so concerned about American citizens that are doing time in very bad prisons throughout this country? Horrible condition prisons throughout this country. I don't see them jumping up and down and talking about that. And let me name a few. You want to get into it? They're worried about these places and calling them concentration camps. Let's go into this. The 15 worst prisons in America. Let me read you a little bit about them. The 15 worst. ADX Florence. It's a federal prison. I know, I'm well aware of that prison. I wasn't in it, but I know it because I was near it. ADX Florence, located in Colorado, is often referred to as the Alcatraz of the Rockies. Why are they not jumping down about this? It is designed to house the most dangerous and high-profile criminals, including terrorists, spies, and mob bosses. Inmates at ADX Florence experience extreme levels of isolation. They spend 23 hours a day in small soundproof cells made of concrete with limited human interaction. The prison's strict regime includes constant surveillance, minimal contact with the outside world, leading to severe psychological issues such as depression, anxiety, and hallucinating among inmates. The lack of rehabilitation and educational opportunities further exacerbates their mental health conditions. Why are they not jumping up and down about this? I'm telling you, there's a lot of cruel and unusual punishment there. I know it for a fact. I was in, maximum security facilities. I spent 29 months and 7 days in isolation. Why are they not complaining about that? Because it's not going to make the headlines right now. They need to grandstand right now. So they're going for the migrants. They're not going for American citizens that are being housed in terrible conditions. Let's continue. Attica Correctional Facility. If you haven't heard of Attica, you're really missing out because it's been in the news for a long time, riots and everything else. It's located in New York, and it is infamous for its brutal history and harsh conditions. Opened in 1931, Attica has housed some of the state's most dangerous criminals. It gained notoriety in 1971 when inmates staged a massive uprising because of the horrible conditions in the prison. Okay? Yeah, there's hardcore inmates there, but the conditions are horrible. They're still human beings. The way they went and stood up for the guy that was beating up his wife, the guy that was an MS-13 member, the guy that had undocumented immigrants in the back of his van when he was stopped, they'll go after him because they were grandstanding. American citizens that are being housed in a bad place, they don't want to talk about that, do they? Let's continue. Holman Correctional Facility, located in Atmore, Alabama, is notorious for its harsh conditions and high levels of violence. Opened in 1969, it houses maximum security inmates, including those on death row. Okay, why are they not jumping up and down about the conditions in these prisons? I guarantee you go to every one of them and you're going to see horrible conditions, a lot worse than what they're building in alleged Alligator Alcatraz. No doubt about it. I saw what that facility looks like. It's not that bad, quite honestly. No, I don't want to be there. Of course not. I did my time. But it's not that bad compared to some of the American high-level institutions that are not only bad, but they're in bad shape. Bad shape. Really bad shape. I know this. Why are they not jumping up and down? Because we do need prison reform in this country. Inmates are not animals, not every one of them. They don't belong in horrible conditions in a civilized nation. We're not an uncivilized nation. Why are they not screaming up and down about this? Idaho Maximum Security Institution, located in Kuna, Idaho, is known for its severe conditions and strict security measures. Designed to house the most violent and disruptive inmates, it's a facility where solitary confinement and lockdowns are common. All right, on and on and on. And I guarantee the conditions are bad. Some of them are dirty, tough conditions. Why are they not worse than Alligator Alcatraz? I'm sorry I get worked up with this because they're only grandstanding on this. They don't really care. And I'm trying to tell the American people that. I'm trying to tell my followers that. If they were sincere and they sincerely cared about these people and they had a heart and they went, come into my own home, come into my own neighborhood, I'll take care of you. Let me donate my money to help you. They don't do any of that. They don't care about these people. They only care about going negative against Trump because they want him out of power so they can go back into power. It's all about power and money. And by the way, I saw an article today. Did you know that according to this article today, that AOC is worth $22 million? She's been in office, 6 years? She was a bartender and a waitress before she came in. How did she become worth $22 million? And they want her to do an audit. And she says, I don't have to do an audit. It's my personal business. No, it's not. You were elected by the people. You're a representative. You hollered and screamed when Trump wouldn't give over his tax returns. What makes you any different? Hypocrite? $22 million. Figure that one out. I don't care. I don't care. But don't be crying about somebody else. I know you're probably robbing like most of do on both sides of the aisle. I'm not saying it's only Democrats. Let's be honest. Okay? But let's continue. I don't hear any of them grandstanding or yelling about this because it doesn't make the news. Louisiana State Penitentiary, also known as Angola. I was there. I spoke to the inmates there. I gave my testimony to inmates. I spoke to them, all of them hardcore. It's infamous for its very harsh conditions and brutal history. It's in a remote part of Louisiana, remote, just like Alligator Alcatraz, remote. They don't put these prisons in the middle of the city. They put them away. That's how it is. All the federal prisons, they're not right in the middle of the city. They're on the outskirts with plenty of land around them. That's just how it is. It's not new that they built, this Alligator Alcatraz where they built it in a remote place. That's what they do. It's located in a remote part of Louisiana, is the largest maximum security prison in the United States, covering 18,000 acres. It's notorious for its high levels of violence and very poor living conditions. Isn't that enough reason to go and visit and see what's going on and try to get these inmates some help? Try to give them some decent living conditions? I don't hear them jumping up and down about that. Why not? Orleans Parish Prison, located in New Orleans, Louisiana, has a notorious reputation for violence, neglect, and poor living conditions. Every one of these poor living conditions. But no Democrat is jumping up and down about this. Why not? Why not? Why are you not worried about American citizens? They've committed crimes, and so did the illegal migrants. Maybe it's a lesser crime, but why do you not care about the facilities of American citizens that are being housed in bad conditions? Why not? Because you're grandstanding. They don't care about these people. Understand this. This is proof. They don't care. They're just going negative on Trump because these people want to get back in power. That's all they care about. And there's on and on. I'll name them all. Pelican Bay in California. Bad place. Bad place. It houses some of the most dangerous inmates, including gang leaders, violent offenders. Okay. You spend up to 23 hours a day in small windowless cells. I know. I spent many, many months in a windowless cell. I know it. Nobody's jumping up and down about this. Let's go on. I'll mention Penitentiary of New Mexico, another bad place. Harsh conditions. They're all naming these have bad conditions for people, for human beings to live in. Nobody's jumping up and down. No. Red Onion State Prison. It's West Virginia, Wise County, Virginia, rather. Infamous for its severe isolation practice and, once again, harsh living conditions. I don't see anybody jumping up and down. San Quentin, very notorious, harsh living conditions. Santa Rosa Correctional Institution, once again here, harsh living conditions, every single one of them. They're worried about the harsh living conditions, that some of these illegal aliens are going to be housed in prior to deportation. And let me tell you another thing. One of the reasons they've put this there and they're publicizing it, from what I'm told, because illegal migrants still have the opportunity to deport themselves willfully. They'll get paid $1,000. They'll get transportation out of the country. So they're saying, rather than go here, you have a shot right now. You can go out on your own. There's some of the method behind the madness. Okay, but come on. And let me tell you something, people. You can blame Trump all you want. And please don't go so ridiculous. Now, I love your comments, but some of them are so absurd. Because I agree with some of the policies of Trump, oh, what is Trump paying you? Like I need to be paid by Trump or Trump needs me. 70 some odd million people voted for him. He doesn't need me because I happen to agree with his policies, because I care about my country and the future of my children and grandchildren. People make inane, ridiculous remarks like that. I'm sorry, people, if I don't agree with gender-affirming surgery in minors. I'm sorry if I don't agree with abortion in the 9th term. I'm sorry if I don't agree with, transsexual surgery for inmates at taxpayers' expense. I'm sorry if I don't agree with government abuse of taxpayer funds. I'm sorry if I don't agree with open borders where anybody can come in. And just to mention a little side issue, that 300,000 children were lost during Biden's immigration policy. I'm sorry if I don't agree with any of that, but to say, I'm in Trump's pocket, it's so ridiculous. I mean, come on, grow up. Have an intelligent discussion. Let's talk about it. You disagree with the policy, I'm happy to debate it with you. And if I'm wrong about something, I'll admit it. It's like I'm saying, I'm not happy about families, being separated. I don't like it. I really don't. But, who's to say at the end of the day what the result of this is going to be? Maybe they'll be put back with their families. Maybe they're saying, hey, we don't want to do this. We want to give you the opportunity to become a citizen. You've worked hard. You never got in trouble. If you don't know English, learn it, and then take the test, and you'll be a citizen. This is all Biden's fault. We wouldn't be doing any of this if Biden didn't do what he did and let what? Who knows the numbers? 12, 15 million, 20 million. I heard all these crazy numbers with 2 million gotaways and terrorist cells in the country. If he didn't cause all of this, we wouldn't even be discussing this now. Maybe Trump wouldn't have even got elected again because one of his main platforms was closing the border. This is all Biden's fault. And it's the Democrats' fault, who never did anything to stop him, who lied about his competency. It's all their fault. Put the blame where it lies. We didn't have this trouble during Obama's first term or his second term. We didn't have this trouble in Bush's presidency. We didn't have this trouble in Trump's first presidency. We didn't have none of this. It was all Biden's fault. That's why we are where we are right now. You want to tell the truth? Or you want to just anti-Trump? You want to be like these, I don't know what to call them. Monkey sees, monkey do? You want to be one of them? Whatever Trump does is no good. We don't care. He cures cancer. It's bad. The heck with the country. We don't care about that. That's it. It's so obvious, people. It's so obvious. It really is. So I want to ask all you Democrats that are jumping up and down about Alligator Alcatraz, the moniker that they put on it that I don't particularly care for. I'm telling you right now, I don't particularly care for that. But I'm asking you why you're not doing the same, jumping up and down and jumping in front of the media, having your visits, why you're not going to any of these 15 bad institutions with horrible living conditions, worried about American citizens. Not every one of them are on death row. Not every one of them are doing life in prison. Many of them will be released back into the society, and they're not going to be productive human beings when they come out after living in conditions like this. I can state that definitively. Why are you not jumping up and down? Very simple. Because Trump's got nothing to do with that. If Trump started talking about that, you'll jump on that too. Let's be honest. So come on, people. And you know what? You should be ashamed of yourself, whoever it was that started calling this, Auschwitz, Alligator Auschwitz. You should be ashamed of yourself to demean people and families and women and children and men that were thrown into ovens in concentration camps by the Nazis. You should be ashamed of yourself to compare this facility to Auschwitz. Really. How degrading of yourself can you possibly be? Is your TDS so severe that you'll desecrate the dead people? Is it so severe? I mean, I don't know about any of you. I had enough of this. These people are just insane. There's something wrong with them. Really. These are the same people that never said a word when Obama was, deporting people. They didn't say a word. And he deported more people than Trump at one point. They didn't say a word. And here they are, because Trump is doing it now. You know, he's Hitler, he's Nazi, this, and, you know, all of this. You know, he's a dictator. The same people that threw Biden to the side installed Kamala Harris without one person nominating her. But we're the threat. Trump is the threat for democracy. Was that a fair situation? I'm bringing this all up because you need to really see through all the garbage and all the nonsense that they keep spewing out. It's all nonsense. I'm telling you, they do not care about these immigrants. They don't care.
I have a question for all my friends and followers. Have you tried my wine yet? You know, in the last 2 years, we've made tremendous progress with Franzese wine, and it's really all thanks to your support, and obviously because people are finding out we have a great wine at a great price. In 2025, we aim to become a national brand, and I want all of you to be a part of it. Every bottle you buy, every story you share builds more than a brand. It fuels a movement. The story of our wine is one of people having second chances and of lives being transformed. That's the truth. So go to my website, franzesewine.com, and get your bottle today. Salud, my friends.